So Schneider Electric, as you, I don't know, this is many of us may not know. Even I was not aware when I joined Schneider Electric. The history of Schneider Electric goes to the steel industry. Schneider Electric started in 1836 with the steel industry. Today, the steel industry is no more there. And then in the 20th century, we actually become Schneider Electric. Because we focus on the power and the control side. And then you can see various acquisitions which we have been doing. Merlin was the first one to join Schneider Electric. Telemechanics, which is a very common name you must have heard, is also Schneider Electric. QRD is also part of Schneider Electric. So I was saying that this is one of the problems. The Schneider Electric has acquired so many brands that they are on their own very sustainable, and Schneider Electric does not come in the forefront. But we have now tried to see that we have recognized that Schneider Electric as one company trying to rebrand everything under Schneider Electric umbrella. So this will just show you how the Schneider Electric has grown but through acquisition, and today the size will be in the next slide. So steel industry is what we started. Next. The power and control through the acquisitions of all these low voltage companies. And then, as I said, today our focus is on the energy management side, which is the future, which is very much required at some level. People who can manage this energy demand, which is increasing day by day. So what is Schneider Electric? Schneider Electric today is a 24 billion euro company, which was in 2004 around 10 billion euros. So you can imagine the growth which has happened inorganically, organically. Today we have a big size globally in terms of the sales. 41% of our sales goes in the new economies like India or places where they are mature, which are developing. And there is a shift happening from the developed and the mature world to the emerging markets, which we call like China, Brazil, Russia, India, China. And Schneider, by its sheer size, we have 1,40,000 plus employees globally. And we invest heavily in R&D because that's where we say that it's our uniqueness in terms of bringing the innovation, the smart products to the customers. So there's a heavy amount of investment which goes into R&D. And the end market, what we operate is broadly into these 5 segments: the utility and infrastructure, industrial and machine, data centers, non-residential buildings and residential buildings. So you can see how we are diversified by segments in which we operate. So we are not like we are too much heavy on one particular segment. We are quite diversified by the end user segment, which means we have a solution for every kind of end user which comes in the energy chain. And as you see in terms of geography also and the number of people, we are now very much in Asia Pacific to a tune of 27%, which used to be almost 10-15% some few years back. So there is a shift happening in terms of focus, in terms of number of people, in terms of the business which is coming in Asia Pacific, and less in Western Europe. At one point of time, Western Europe was 50% of the Schneider sales, and today you can see it's just 30%. Next. So this is the dilemma, which we said there are energy users, but we want to be energy managers, so that we make your energy safe, reliable, efficient, and also protective and green. This is where we say Schneider Electric as a company, because of its knowledge base, because of its R&D investment, can really contribute to the society and the users in terms of how we can really manage energy. And as I said, Aruna will be touching upon as to how we really work with customers to make energy efficient and reduce their energy consumption to ultimately goal of carbon dioxide reduction. How do we do it? So as you can see in a building, if you can see like in a broader perspective, you have renewable energies, you have IT data, critical power, power plant, motor control centers, energy monitoring, electrical distribution, video security, access control, lighting, HVAC. So we have captured all these various domains of energy consumption points, and we actually club it under what we call an eco-structure. So how do we integrate? We integrate, make energy visible, make systems work together. Now we try to put all the elements of energy consumption points in what we call ourselves an eco-structure, and then see how energy can be made efficient so that all these things we put in when you go for a large building, you have HVAC, you have data centers, how all of these can interact to give you the maximum usage of energy and then cost of energy. Again, as I was telling, and I think you must be also hearing smart grid. It's a very top subject. It's sometimes a hype also, but I think it is becoming a reality. As you know, one of the latest acquisitions of Schneider was Telvet, and Telvet has very good solutions of energy management on the smart grid side in terms of traffic management, in terms of building management. So, smart grid, how does it operate? It's a topic on its own, but we will touch upon slightly as to how really smart grid Schneider wants to operate. So, go there. There will be efficient enterprises, enterprises who will be comprising basically of buildings, industries, data centers, and electrical vehicle charging. So this is the one side of the story in terms of consumption, and the other side is the efficient homes, where also we want energy saving devices are being more unique. Big buildings with very good new construction, you have energy saving devices installed, where your energy consumption is less, because the cost of energy, as you all know, is going day by day up. So to manage this efficient enterprise and efficient home, this is smarter demand side, we need a smarter supply, which means we need a flexible distribution system. This is like a distribution management system which can adapt to the load on the consumer side, which can shift the load, depending upon where the consumption is happening, and then we need also the smart generation, which is a combination of central, distributed and renewable generation. So it is not that always central generation is which is effective. Today, like renewables, like wind, solar, we are talking of distributed generation. In solar, we are talking about off-grid generation, which is almost like a decentralized architecture where you can generate a small area, something like 500 kilowatt or 1 megawatt, and you can manage your own grid because the losses are less. There is no point transmitting energy over long power lines and grid lines. And the third one is the demand response. So how do these two get integrated? There is one is the consumption side, one is the supply side. So there is something required in terms of demand response management. How do we manage this demand from the consumption side to the feedback system to the distribution and generation system? And this all put together is what we call as smart grid. So smart grid is the whole combination of generation, distribution and consumption through a demand response system. And that's how we at Schneider can help, or also working with the central organizations and state organizations or industry to put that smart grid system in place. How can we really make the systems work more smartly in terms of energy consumption? The smart cities, again, I think this is going to happen. So as India is a huge country, it will be very difficult to put the smart grid in across the country, but definitely the concept of smart cities is what is going to happen in a country like India, where one particular city or 10 particular cities will be taken as a pilot site for developing the cities as smart cities, where everything is integrated, the energy efficiency system is in place, and the demand side management is also well managed. So this is what is going to happen. It can be smart public services, smart water management, smart mobility, smart energy, smart buildings and homes. All this put together to really make a city called as a smart city from the power perspective. Where you see a smart mobility, more and more people are talking about electrical vehicle charging, which can be done through solar at home or solar in the industry or solar in anywhere. So that in the night time you can charge the vehicle, or you can even have charging stations installed in various distances across the city like a normal fuel pump. This is an innovation ecosystem for a simpler and greener future. So what we do is, we partner with our lot of global agencies. We have IBM, Cisco, SAP, with whom we really partner to put together the efficiency energy management solutions because they are heavy consumers of energy for the data centers. And this is where they see a value when working with companies like Schneider. Then we have leading global projects for intelligent buildings, renewables, nanotechnology. So we have implemented in our headquarters like NCMC, which you will possibly touch upon, and it will save a huge amount of energy. And we also are working on cloud computing in terms of managing the energy of consumer on cloud, which means we can tell you what is your energy consumption pattern, and based on that we can educate and put the system in place to say how your energy can be reduced. So there are groups, there are corporates who have given the access to their energy consumption sectors globally, and Schneider is managing their energy management globally through the cloud to cloud, which is a new thing which is happening even in the power sector, that we are accessing the energy of these customers globally from their plant on our cloud. Boosting standardization. So ZigBee, IEC, NEMA, we are part of that standardization committee, and we also see that the best of the practices are imposed through these certified agencies in the interest of the consumer. And we also do, we have our own funding system where we do fund startups in terms of bringing in the good products or good solutions for the energy management. We have got several, no, it's not only that we produce or we manage energy, we are very society, we are very much careful about the society part. So you can see that various awards have been given at different points of time, the safety award, the human capital trophy, the contribution to renewables and sustainable development, and these are nothing to do directly with the energy. So there is a big focus within Schneider on these aspects of the society which affect indirectly to the sustainability part of the planet. So now we will just quickly take you to India. This was global, what we do at Schneider, what we mean by Schneider. And in India, what we are, I'll just take you through. So India, as you can see, we started our journey in 1963 with acquisition of MOV021. And today you can see how we have grown aggressively. By in 2006 onwards, we have acquired almost 7-8 companies up to 2011. The latest one being Luminous, Digilink, Ethical Group President India, and we also acquired 2010 Ariba Distribution, which is one of the leading players in the transmission and distribution products. So transmission part was acquired by Alstom, and the distribution part was acquired by Schneider. Okay, so you can see that all these names you hear, they are part of Schneider. Like Luminous, this is a very common name in the country, in every home, is Schneider actually. But a lot of people don't know that Luminous is actually Schneider. So because they are well supplied on their own. Okay. In India, we are around 17,000 plus people, and we are growing at a rapid pace. As you can see, our vision is to grow and serve the country. 31 factories through these acquisitions, and also some new setups which we did. Hyderabad factory was a greenfield factory. We have recently made Chennai factory, then we made Baroda factory. These are the greenfield factories we have done in the last 2 years. 1,000 plus of R&D staff is based in India, and we are having one campus in Bangalore where all these R&D people who are working for local or global projects are based, as most of these multinationals are doing in India. And as I said, 6 acquisitions is not a small thing in past 36 months. And we are very diversified with 45,000 points of sale through our channel network, through dealer network. Next. So, Schneider Electric India is not only locally present, but we are also supporting globally our group because of the various strengths which we have in the country. Like we all know that in R&D today, India is respected as one of the hubs for these global companies. So we also support our global team for R&D and technology. Manufacturing, some of the plants are export-oriented units, just catering for export. Some of the plants are catering for both local and domestic markets. So that's all we are doing for global. IT support is another area where India is well known, that the backbone of the world. So Similarly, Schneider has its own IT team, which is with lot of support for the global network of IT management for Schneider as a group, considering the huge size. And also the back office in terms of media activities, what we do for them. I think we are present very widely. As maybe in the eastern part of India, you will not see too much of activity, but this is where our challenge is to make eastern part of India also prominent on the map of Schneider by growing, by bringing in new customers. But otherwise, you will see that we are fairly spread across the potential locations of country. Next. So I will not dwell on this, but actually we work on two-way strategy. We have a product strategy and we have a solution strategy. So while there are customers who work only for the product, who are buying switches, who are buying, let's say, our switches, but there are customers who want solutions from Schneider, considering the full range of products which can come in the energy chain which customer is using. So this is one area we also approach the customers who want to come to Schneider as a giant to help them for the solution itself. Next. This is one of our company programs. We actually launch every 3 years a new company program. This program has been launched last year, and this is Connect, where the theme is to connect, as you can say, people, connect everywhere. This means connect society, connect our customers, and also connect for efficiency.